Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school, children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today.
Hello students, let me welcome you to another lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika from the work from home sessions. My name is Shraddha teacher, and today we will be doing lesson number 2 in your geography textbook. Now today we have a social studies lesson now. So let's do a lesson in geography. Now this lesson is going to be a very interesting lesson because you're going to learn about so many things. You're going to learn about the sun, you're going to learn about the moon and the earth. Now we all know about the sun, the moon and the earth, isn't it? When we get up in the morning and we go out and look into the sky, we see the sun shining brightly there. We know that the sun gives us light, the sun gives us heat, the sun gives us various forms of energy. But then today we will understand a little bit about the various motions of the sun. That is, does the sun move from its place? Or what is the relationship between the sun, the moon and the earth? All these things we will talk about today. The same thing goes with the moon. Okay, when there is a Purnima, that is a full moon day, we see the moon shining brightly, and there when you go out on the streets on such days, you realize that there is no need for you to carry a torch, or there is no need for you to carry a bulb with you, or there is no need for the street lights also. That means you are getting enough light from the moon. But then we have also learned that this light is not the moon's light actually. Okay, it is the light of the sun. And then our very own planet Earth, we have been learning about planet Earth also. We know that the Earth rotates around itself, and then the Earth revolves around the sun. But today we will talk about what all takes place, what all actions and what all movements take place between the sun, the earth and the moon. So what is the relation? How are these three heavenly bodies related to each other? Okay. So today's lesson is going to be very interesting. There are going to be a lot of images and moving images which you will love to watch, and also you will get to learn a lot of new things in this lesson today. So we all know that this is the solar system. We live on the earth, which is a part of a system called as the solar system, where there is the sun in the center and there are planets which go around the sun. So you can see our earth also, it is the third planet here from the sun. It is going round and round and round the sun. Okay, you can see the sun here. So this is the solar system. See, this is how the solar system looks like, where you have the sun in the center and you have these planets which have their own paths, which we call as orbit, going around the sun. Alright, and you will see that they are all following their own paths, and they are following their own speeds, and they never ever collide with each other. So these are the planets of our solar system, and of course the earth is the most important planet as far as we are concerned, because we are living on the planet earth, isn't it? See here. Now in the beginning when we started the lesson, I told you that there are certain motions which are continuously happening. Okay, certain movements which are continuously happening as far as the sun and the moon and the earth is concerned. So let us look at this image. Now this is not a moving image. I will point out certain things to you so you will be able to understand. So we have the sun here in the center. Okay, this is the sun. This is the earth. Alright, and this here is the moon. Okay, so you will be able to see that the sun, the earth follows this particular path. Can you see this dotted line? So the earth, it moves on this particular path when it goes around the sun. The earth also goes around itself, which we call as the rotation or the axial motion. Now the moon also, it goes around itself and it goes around the earth. So let us get the facts once again straight. So we have the moon which goes around itself and around the earth. We have the earth here which goes around itself and around the sun, and we have the sun in the center which again rotates, okay, which has got its own axial motion. So these are the various movements of these three heavenly bodies, that is the sun, the earth and the moon. See, in these two images you are able to see the rotation of the earth and the rotation of the moon. So these are movements where they are going around themselves, okay. At the same time they are revolving also, but we will see that second motion later. So in the first motion, the earth and the moon are going around itself. I want you to imagine a bicycle. So the wheel of the bicycle, it goes around and it moves forward also. So this is the place, or this is the position in which the wheel of the bicycle is going around itself, okay. So this motion is called as the rotation of the earth, and we also call it as the axial motion. So the earth completes its rotation in how many hours, children? We have been learning. It completes its rotation or its axial motion in 24 hours. Whereas the moon, it takes almost 27 and a half days to complete its rotation. So see, the earth is quicker, the earth is faster as compared to the moon, because the earth goes around itself in 24 hours. Whereas the moon, it takes 27 and a half days, not hours. Okay. So this is about the axial motion or the rotation. Why do we call it as axial motion? Also we have learned in the previous classes. Axial motion means it goes around its axis. Okay. So once again, the earth takes 24 hours and the moon takes 27 and a half days. Now, like I told you, the sun also has its own pace of rotation. The sun also rotates around itself. Okay. See, now let's look at the revolution of the moon. So we talked about rotation. Now in this picture here, you can see the moon going around the earth. So it is going around itself and it is taking 27 and a half days. At the same time, it is constantly circulating the earth because it is a satellite of the earth, isn't it? So see, this is how revolution of the moon is taking place. Okay, so like I told you, this lesson is going to be full of beautiful, interesting pictures. See, and then you have the earth which is going around the sun. So in this picture, the moon is going around the earth, and in this picture, the earth is going around the sun. So did you see how rotation takes place? First we saw how the moon rotates, the earth rotates and the sun rotates, and in this you will see how the moon rotates around the earth and how here the earth is rotating around the sun. Here, can you see? Now this is a picture showing revolution of the moon, and you can see how many days it is taking. Starting from day 0, it goes on and it moves and it completes its rotation in around 29 days. Alright, so this is the revolution of the moon around the earth, and we know that to complete one revolution around the sun, the earth takes 365 days. See how the moon is rotating and revolving around the earth, and at the same time the earth is rotating and revolving around the sun. So this is one kind. They are a kind of a team, okay, a set where each one is connected to the other. Alright, so you have to keep remembering how much time the earth takes to complete one rotation. So it is 24 hours. The earth takes 365 days to complete one revolution, and the moon takes the same time to complete a rotation and a revolution. Alright, see, and the moon actually doesn't go around the sun. How does the moon move? It moves around the earth. But because the earth is moving around the sun constantly, indirectly, the moon also is revolving around the sun. See here in this picture, you will see the moon has got directly no connection with the sun. The moon goes around the earth, and by default, just because the moon is going around the earth always and the earth is going around the sun always, indirectly you can say that the moon revolves around the sun. Indirectly, okay, not directly, as a result of the revolution of the earth around moon around the earth. This indirect revolution of the moon around the sun happens. So these were many ideas or many pictures related to the rotation, related to the revolution, etc. See, now we will talk about the path or the way or the road that the moon and the earth, etc., take to rotate and revolve. Alright, the rotation happens around the axis, so there is no path needed. For revolution, the moon goes around the earth on a particular path, and the earth also goes around the sun and it follows a particular path. Now this is called as the orbit. What do we call it? We call it as the orbit, O-R-B-I-T. And it is said that the orbit or the path of the moon around the earth is elliptical. Okay, now it is the same image. This one is a little spread out. The one in the outer ring is a little bit spread out, and the inner ring is the smaller one. Okay, so the orbit of the moon is elliptical. Now what is the meaning of elliptical, children? Elliptical is actually a shape. Okay, it is like a circle, but a stretched out circle. So this is an image from your textbook. You can see here the elliptical orbit of the moon. And there are certain positions now of the moon. We call these positions by certain names. Okay, so here you will see in this particular picture, see here the moon is here and it is called as the apogee position, or some people call it apogee also. Alright, so this is the apogee position of the moon, and this is the perigee position of the moon. So these are the two positions of the moon in the sky when it goes around the earth. The moon is revolving, the moon is going around the earth, it is following a path. That path is elliptical. If the path was circular, then the distance would have been the same everywhere when it is revolving. But because it is elliptical, you will see that when the moon is in the apogee position, the distance between the earth and the moon is maximum. Alright, so the distance is 4,07,000 kilometers at the apogee position, when it is farthest away from the earth. So at the apogee position, when the moon is going around revolving, when it reaches the apogee position, it is the farthest away from the earth. And then it turns and it goes around. The moon moves in the anti-clockwise direction. It goes around and then it reaches this other position called as the perigee position. Now in the perigee position, you will see that the distance is reduced. The distance has become 3,56,000 kilometers. Okay, in the perigee position. And here this is the distance where the moon comes closest to the earth. So at the distance when the moon is farthest, the distance is 4,07,000, and when it is closest, it is 3,56,000. And then we have the various positions of the moon on the earth, but these are the two important positions that we are talking about: the apogee position and the perigee position. See here, now children, this is a ready-made image from the internet. So here the distance of the apogee and perigee is different. So do not pay attention to this distance. You will consider the distance which we have seen in this particular image. It's part of your textbook. Okay. So see, perigee, the moon is closer. I just want to show you the image. Moon is closer in the perigee position, and the apogee position, the moon is far. Therefore, when the moon is far, see how it is looking a little smaller. And here when the moon is closer, it is looking a little bit bigger. Okay? And see, they have given here that the moon's orbit is elliptical and it is greatly exaggerated over here. Matlab, they have made it big enough for you to understand. Alright? So this is about the two important positions of the moon in the sky in relation with the earth. Now, there are different phases also of the moon. The moon, when we look at it in the sky, we do not see the moon in the same manner every day. Some days we see the full moon, like I told you, when you walk out into the street, you do not need a torch, you do not need the street light. Some days you cannot see the moon in the sky at all. Okay? So now these certain days when you can see the moon in the sky shining bright, then it is called as a full moon day. And then from there the moon moves to the gibbous position, waning gibbous. Okay? Then you have the crescent and then you have the new moon. So full moon means when the moon can be fully seen in the sky, and new moon means when the moon cannot be seen in the sky at all. Alright, so these here are the various phases of the moon. You have the new moon, you have the crescent moon, you have the first quarter moon, you have the gibbous moon, you have the full moon. So first you start seeing the moon and then the moon starts fading away. So when it starts fading away, it is called as a waning moon. And when you start seeing it, that is first nothing is seen and then you see little bit and then you see half and then you see more than half. That is called as waxing. Alright, so see here, this is the earth, this is the moon and this is the sun. And let us now see that when the moon moves, how does the moon look like in the sky? See here, in the box you can see, now you start, the moon is now, it is waning, that is, it is vanishing from our sights. Can you see? The moon has started waning and then you see the waxing moon. So these are the various phases of the, see here, this is also a moving image. So see, this is the waxing crescent. You can see this much. You can see half, you can see more than half, and then you can see the full. Then the moon starts disappearing. Okay? And finally, you have the dark day, that is, you have the new moon day, or we call it as the Amavas in our local language. Alright? So this, children, was our lesson for today. This lesson is a rather long one. So when we meet next time, we will talk about eclipses. That is, when we talk about the position of the moon, we will talk about a new phenomena or a unique phenomena which happens, and that is called as the eclipse. When the earth and when the moon and the sun, they move, there are certain positions where they come across each other. That is, their shadows fall on each other, and we call such things as eclipses, but that will be later when we meet next time. So this is all for today, children, from the Virtual Training Center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. Thank you so much.
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.